Invention and innovation, of course, is poverty. I thank the community of Guatemalan refugees in Minneapolis, St. Paul in the 1980s for teaching me this lesson so profoundly. There is literature in these two areas, but it is sporadic, often epiphenomenal. Christine Ogan, for example, is to be honored for research on the then unexpected political uses of the videocassette recorder in Turkey, also in the 1980s, that was supported by grant funds received to study what were expected to be the Hollywood-intended purposes of increasing the distribution of films. The best of the work is strong in the thickness of case-driven analyses, frequently enriched by the personal experiences of authors who were participant observers and or who produced autoethnographies, but a full and systematic history of information and communication technologies from these interrelated perspectives has yet to appear, and would be incredibly valuable for many reasons. And here the circle comes around. In today's socio-technical environment, Costanza-Chock argues, the way to effectively ensure that there is design justice when it comes to technologies is to innovate on the social side with the development of new communal formations and processes. The book offers positive recommendations of multiple kinds, from practice to policy to research throughout, and provides a good foundation from which to continue to develop and engage in research, theory, and praxis. Preface. This book is about the relationship between design and power. It's about the growing community of designers, developers, technologists, scholars, educators, community organizers, and many others who are working to examine and transform design values, practices, narratives, sites, and pedagogies so that they don't continue to reinforce interlocking systems of structural inequality. It's about design, social justice, and the dynamics of domination and resistance at personal, community, and institutional levels. In essence, it's a call for us to heed the growing critiques of the ways that design, of images, objects, software, algorithms, socio-technical systems, the built environment, indeed, everything we make, too often contributes to the reproduction of systemic oppression. Most of all, it is an invitation to build a better world, a world where many worlds fit, linked worlds of collective liberation and ecological sustainability. Popular narratives of design, technology, and social change are dominated by techno-utopian hype about ever more powerful personal devices, intelligent systems, and Twitter revolutions on the one hand, and totalizing pessimistic accounts of digital surveillance, disinformation, and algorithmic injustice on the other. This book strives to ground our understanding of design, technology, and social change in the daily practices of activists and community organizers who have always struggled to amplify the voices of their communities by any media necessary. As I hope to demonstrate, new information and communication technologies, ICTs, not only take shape in Silicon Valley, they also emerge from marginalized communities and social movement networks, both during waves of spectacular protest activity and also in everyday life. My broader goal is to advance the growing conversation about the pitfalls and possibilities of design as a tool for social transformation. I'll begin by sharing a story about my own embodied experience of trans erasure, an experience that I believe contains valuable insights for nearly all design domains. Introduction. #Traveling while trans, design justice, and escape from the matrix of domination. It's June 2017, and I'm standing in the security line at the Detroit Metro Airport. I'm on my way back to Boston from the Allied Media Conference, AMC, a collaborative laboratory of media-based organizing that's been held every year in Detroit for the past 2 decades. At the AMC, over 2,000 people, media makers, designers, activists, and organizers, software developers, artists, filmmakers, researchers, and all kinds of cultural workers gather each June to share ideas and strategies for how to create a more just, creative, and collaborative world. As a non-binary, trans, femme-presenting person, my time at the AMC was deeply liberating. It's a conference that strives harder than any that I know of to be inclusive of all kinds of people, including queer, trans, intersex, and gender non-